It is time for the go home show for our season finale. This is our last television. These are our last television shows before the end of the season. So first of all, I say it all the time, but it means so much. Thank you times a million for following along. Thank you so much for communicating, comments you throw out, everything, advice you've given us, so many things that helped us get better. And up to this point, we've been playing this game now for a full year. We've been bringing this to you guys. We've had over 40 episodes now that we've brought out for our TEW series in our This Is War. And everybody was at the very beginning when they saw, because initially everybody saw the draft and everybody was like, well, I really like the draft. I hope you guys follow through. And I can quite proudly say the amount of time I've put in, the amount of time the Warden, Spring Tigress, and Luke have put into this series, the amount of passion we've put in, I can happily say and confidently say I think we have all done a very good job. One of, if not the, this is me going out there, this is me saying it, one of the best series in TEW 2020 going today. So thank you so much for making that a thing, and I hope I didn't offend anybody if you're watching this and I said that. I just feel very confident in everything we've done. That's all it is. No disrespect meant for anybody, but there it is. Having said that, this episode is huge. I'm not going to go into specifics, but all four companies, we set a record or tied a record in some way, shape, or form on this episode. So if you thought, oh, are they going to end the season with a bit on a bang? Are they going to end on a good note? We end on a great note. And that is, we haven't even got to the pay-per-views, which is coming up on the next episode, season finale, by the way. You better hit the subscribe, hit the little bell thing if that does anything. I don't even know if that does anything anymore, but do that and get the final episode of season 2 when it comes out. And if you're wondering, oh, what's going to be coming after this? We're not really sure yet. All I know is if we come out with another season, it's going to be, we're going to tweak some stuff here and there to make it exciting and different. And we don't want it to just be the same old everything every single time. So we're going to figure it out. We got to sit down. We got to talk. We really haven't figured it out yet. All I know is we have worked hard for every single week now, and we do need a break. I will say that. We definitely are ready for a break. So follow @Jobber Radio. You will get all the updates. Everything will be explained, so don't have to worry about that. Follow everybody's stuff on the side. So anyways, guys, that is enough of me yapping. This is our final TV show, so I think it's okay for it to be a little bit longer, but I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Enjoy the episode.
Oh.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Mustafa Ali. Steroid. Whoa. Jesus.
What?
Hey.
Ali on the boards.
Don't.
Wow.
Hey, don't, you borrow our talent. You should expect these things.
Well, he's not on my roster. He is a guest.
But you can fire him.
See, Bummer, you can't give these people the slam, man. They're gonna ruin them.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna pay a fine.
Wow, you're finding a guest.
That's right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CZW Evolution. This is the go-home show before Tangled Web, our April pay-per-view. We are kicking things off with a pre-show match, just a hardcore match here with Brody Lee versus Mance Warner. I think this match would have been absolutely fantastic in real life if we ever would have got it, but we at least got it in the game here. So here we go. In the pre-show bout that had good wrestling, didn't have much heat, Brody Lee defeated Mance Warner in 11 minutes and 52 seconds via pinfall with a running big boot. Took the man's head off. Like I said, this had the hardcore match aim. Got a 79. Very, very strong outing here, especially with Mance Warner in there. Mance Warner got a 76. Brody Lee with the 69. Mance Warner actually outperformed Brody. Oh, so look at this. We got Brody Lee's gimmick is getting stale. Mance Warner is getting better as gimmick. So there we go. All right. That's a quick one. Let's get to the main show. So Randy Orton and Kevin Owens kick off Evolution this week, cutting a vicious promo on Darby Allin. Orton reveals that tonight, Owens is the one that's going to get a crack at Darby Allin's World Championship, and he will get the job done unlike Adam Cole did last week. Then the two will be main eventing Tangled Web together when Owens gives him a shot at the belt, leaving Darby to cry all alone in some graveyard somewhere. So apparently Owens is in the main event tonight against Darby Allin. Title on the line. Owens wins. We're going to get these two who have been allied in the main event of Tangled Web. Most likely, the fans aren't going to want that, so they're not going to be wanting to see Kevin Owens win tonight. So we'll see how things go down when we get there. Everything's green here. We got a 98. Supporter friend and the coming for Darby Allin storylines have gained heat and advanced. So there we go. We got our main event set for tonight.
That should be a great match.
As of late, we've seen Kenta and Josh Woods kind of butting heads, trying to become this king of strong style here in CZW, just to be known as, one of the best sluggers, one of the best, strong style workers in the company. So tonight they have recruited 2 people to join their team. Kenta has brought in Isaiah Swerve Scott and Jeff Cobb, who've been teaming as of late. Josh Woods and Josh Barnett have talked Michael Elgin and Dragon Lee, 2 guys that are known for working other companies, to come in to be on his team. So here we go. 6-man tag match in a bout that had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Swerve Scott, Jeff Cobb, and Kenta did defeat Josh Woods, Michael Elgin, and Dragon Lee 11 minutes 48 seconds when Cobb finished off Elgin cleanly after a tour of the islands. Afterwards, Josh Woods blindsided Kenta, knocking him down, locking him up in his knee bar finisher. The other guys in the match are forced to pull him off, leaving Kenta screaming back at Woods, telling him that he will never be known as the king of strong style here in CZW. These two are definitely headed for a clash of, obviously strong styles here in CZW coming up at Tangled Web. I'm not sure if it's going to make the main show. It might be on the pre-show, but either way, these guys will be locking horns coming soon. Segment 77. Everybody very consistent here. Josh Woods was the weak link, but not too far off. He got a 60. Swerve Scott got a 62. Highest was Kenta, obviously, with a 77. And Michael Elgin, apparently his gimmick is getting stale. So there you go. You might want to note that, Tigers.
I hope there's a crown.
The crown. There's no actual crown for the King of Strong Style. Just a figure of speech and to be known as that worker. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see who walks away with it come the pay-per-view.
It's all for the merch sales.
Yeah, strong style, huh? Well, good thing I already have Nakamura.
Hey.
Oh.
Up next, had to do a little bit of tweaking here because RVD was supposed to be here, but apparently he left my company last week. So did a little bit of on-the-fly adjusting here. Seth Rollins is seen on the phone backstage thanking RVD for his opportunity to have the last match in his Hall of Fame career. He wishes nothing but the best on his retirement, but suddenly Roman Reigns Superman punches Seth Rollins out of nowhere and ends up smashing his phone on the concrete floor. Reigns grabs Rollins by the throat, pinning him up against the wall, telling him to his face, "You were never my brother. You were always just another guy holding me back." He then chucks Seth Rollins through the studio light, knocking down the interview set that they were standing beside. Seth Rollins is bleeding as Reigns storms off, leaving Seth Rollins out. So Reigns has been on this tear of, jealousy. He hasn't, got that much success here in CZW yet. RVD came out and wanted his last big match against one guy, and it was Seth Rollins, not Roman Reigns. He came out and stole that match, even though we did getting one between Seth Rollins and RVD. But yeah, Reigns has just got a really bad problem right now on the roster, and he is targeting his former, as he says, never his brother, but either way, segment rating 88. We will definitely be seeing these two former Shield members battling it out one-on-one come Tangled Web.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it should be good stuff. Everybody did good here, so I'm excited. Should be good.
I'm rooting for Roman.
You're rooting for the bad guy, huh? You little...
I'm interested in seeing...
He gave RVD the better go-home match.
Yeah, he needs to recover from losing to Matt Riddle. That's what caused him to stay.
That is true. So up next, we got Dolph Ziggler coming out with the Collectors to take on Mustafa Ali, one of the allies of Ricochet and Cedric, who have really been having a lot of troubles with the Collectors. So here's what happened in the match. In a bout that had good heat, decent wrestling, Dolph Ziggler defeated Mustafa Ali 9 minutes 31 seconds when Ziggler rolled Ali up, holding onto his tights where the ref couldn't see it. So he gets the little quick, cheap roll-up victory here on Ali. Ali tried telling the ref about Ziggler cheating, but he took his eyes off the collectors, and that, folks, was the wrong move. Deppen clocked Ali in the back of the head with his large hedge trimmers and yelled at Orton to take off his boot. Ali tried to get out of the way, but Ziggler had him locked up. Next thing you know, Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, came running out from the back just before Deppen could cut off any toes. Thank God. The collectors escaped as Ricochet grabbed a mic and challenged the collectors to that you will learn to see infamous Tangled Web match this weekend at the pay-per-view. Ziggler nodded with a sickening look on his face. Does Ricochet know what he just signed up for? So, folks, the Tangled Web, for those who are not familiar with CZW and CZW's history, there is barbed wire all over the ring, all over the outside of the ring. There are basically walls of barbed wire. The ropes are made of barbed wire. It's just barbed wire everywhere, pretty much.
Okay.
Plus tons of different weapons, panes of glass. It's not going to be a pleasant time for everybody involved. So
is this the kind of match that has the barbed wire trampoline?
There have been there have been Tangled Web matches with the barbed wire trampoline where there was two rings, and one of them had the entire ring just filled with barbed wire, and they went off the scaffolds through it. So expect bad things here coming in this match. So it is going to be a tag team match. Mustafa Ali will not be involved. It's going to be Dolph Ziggler and Tony Deppen going up against Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. I know these are guys that aren't usually involved with barbed wire, so it's going to be tricky, but we'll see how they do. So last week we saw Dummy Money make their debut in CZW, saying that they are excited to join the tag team division here. And they are teaming up against Otis and Tucker, Heavy Machinery, that we still have on loan from Ring of Honor. So obviously these are two teams that are from other companies, but Dummy Money is now officially on the roster while Heavy Machinery is not. So this is what happened. Obviously, you know who won. In a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Dummy Money Inc. got the debut win against Otis and Tucker. 8 minutes, 12 seconds win. Ethan Carter pinned Tucker. 67. There we go. Segment rating. Otis did the best, 71. We had 65, 64, 63. So everybody's pretty consistent besides Otis, who kind of stood out. I'm not mad about that. That's fine. That's fine. These guys didn't tank, because I believe you said I was going to get something in the high 50s or something last week. So
out of the Dummy Money, yeah. So that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely take it.
Otis just shows off how he's a star.
Yeah, Otis is definitely the star here, but hey.
Oh yeah.
He's the HBK to Tucker's Jannetty.
Yeah, God. That's exactly what Otis. It is. We have the returning Ortiz, who's been out on injury, coming back to team with Santana. LAX taking on a couple Progress Wrestling guys. We haven't quite nipped this in the bud just yet, so we're going to see an official tag team match here tonight. Anthony Henry and Travis Banks, by the way, are representing Progress Wrestling. Anybody that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, LAX defeated Anthony Henry and Travis Banks 8 minutes, 44 seconds when Ortiz ended up getting the win and the pin over Travis Banks. So he came back and he got the pin. Exact same rating as our last tag team match, 67. Santana Ortiz performed okay. The new guys, they have like almost no popularity, so they're not going to perform that well. But it is what it is. We got to build these guys up. That's kind of what we're doing here. And the This Is Progress storyline has advanced.
Got to say, man, I'm wondering how your show's going to end up being.
I know. Those two matches that I just did were the two that I was really worried about. So Pete Dunne is seen backstage, almost covered as like a darkened silhouette. You can't really see the features on him, but you can tell it's him. He tells Balor that not even the demon can take this Iron Man championship from his grasp. He tells Balor to show up at Tangled Web because they will be facing each other yet again, but this time there will be a clear-cut winner with no excuses. 2 out of 3 falls. Segment rating 100. The crowd apparently is really into this feud, really into these two. They really want to see what happens at the pay-per-view. 2 out of 3 falls, though, so pretty big matchup. Yeah, everything's just working out perfect right now for this. We have Kenny Omega in action against Brent Tate, who kind of has distanced himself from his brother Brandon and SoCal Uncensored, who've been trying to mentor them. So we're going to see how he does on his own here against Kenny Omega. Any bout that had decent wrestling, but little heat. Kenny Omega defeated Brent Tate, 13 minutes, 29 seconds. Brent tried his best to keep up with Omega, but was outclassed in every way, kind of as expected. He's very green. And during this match, though, his twin Brandon came down to the ring to help root him on, even though there's been trouble. So that's pretty interesting. In the end, Brent was pinned after the one-winged angel. Omega helped Brent up to his feet, offered him a handshake, but Brent shoved his hand away and stormed up off the ramp past his brother without even looking at him. So Brent is just struggling all the way around. The match did get an 80 segment rating, so very good. Obviously, I think Kenny Omega pulled that through with an 86 to a 58. Yeah, so still trouble, tension here between the Tate twins. We're going to see where this goes. Come pay-per-view, I believe they are in action, or there is a match that will involve at least one of them on the pre-show. So you're going to have to wait to see what that is. We are not announcing that quite yet. So,
okay.
Yeah. It's on the pre-show, so it is what it is.
I will say it's impressive he went 13 minutes against Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Kenny Omega, though, that's kind of his thing. Like, he'll wrestle like nobodies and go like 20 minutes with them.
Yeah.
That's why I gave him a little bit more time.
I'm just really surprised it's got an 80. I remember last week I had said that I thought this would get in the 70s because, like, it's a Tate brother and Kenny Omega would probably carry it. And I was right on Kenny carrying it.
Yeah.
And did better than I thought he would, so good for him.
And look, the segment was penalized because the taking the twins under their wing is low. What? That wasn't even. I guess that was part of the feud. I'm an idiot because he was out there. But yeah, so I guess the low heat kind of did hurt this. So it could have been even higher. The Regime are seen cutting up in their locker room when suddenly the door is kicked completely down. We're talking off the hinges, out of nowhere. It just goes flying onto the floor. And yes, Braun Strowman kicked it down. He corners MJF and tells him that the fun and games are coming to an end this weekend. He breaks the news to MJF that he got a match approved. Strowman versus MJF one-on-one. No disqualification. MJF, folks, is in a little bit of trouble. Braun Strowman has got the match that he's wanted for a while now. And it's going to be one-on-one. No Rusev, no rest of the Regime, because obviously Ethan Page and Alexander have a tag team title match. So
I might be jinxing it. This is going to be a guaranteed 80s at least match.
I think it should be good, because I'm probably going to do storytelling. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
That's tricky with Braun, whether to do that or not.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think it should be pretty good. I'll try not to screw it up. I might just go regular. It is time for the main event. The CZW World Champion Darby Allin comes down to the ring first, and then out comes Kevin Owens with Randy Orton joining the commentary table. That is not going to be good, because you know what he did last week at the end of the show, so we don't want him that close to the ring, but he is there regardless. Here we go. In a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Darby Allin defeated Kevin Owens at the 15-minute mark by pinfall after a coffin drop. Got the win clean. Darby Allin makes defense number 4 for the CZW World Heavyweight title. Now, he just beat Adam Cole clean last week. This week, Kevin Owens clean. No shenanigans. Clean matches here. 93 segment rating. Darby Allin is absolutely on fire. 94 in-ring performance, 91 from Owens. Everything green here. Match got the crowd buzzing. Both of these guys are benefiting from a groundswell of public support. Everything is looking good for Darby Allin.
Darby did his new move.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, that's right. I actually forgot. I was going to make him win via the Skittles wrapper. The Skittles packet.
That's
Skittles
right.
packet.
What's the Skittles packet?
Oh, yeah. You were here
you
for
were
that.
there.
He debuted a new move on last week, and Warden asked me what it was. So I just created his move called the Skittles packet, where he puts his opponent in the Tree of Woe and then wraps his legs around them where his crotch is in his opponent's face and tries to suffocate him.
What?
So, yeah, I don't know. It was on the fly, obviously. Well, you know how it goes. Just like last week, Randy Orton hits the ring, targeting Allin immediately after his match, but this time, Allin is ready for him. Allin catches his foot and sweeps out his other leg out from under him. Owens then clubs him from behind. Orton tries to roll out of the ring, but Darby Allin comes and levels him with a massive suicide dive. He rolls Orton into the ring and lays Owens out with a float over DDT. After stacking both Owens and Orton on top of each other, he climbs up to the top rope and comes crashing down with a double coffin drop. He then snatches the title from the ref, bends down on one knee, doing Undertaker's old school pose here, as a dark and purple glow falls upon the arena, and the show comes to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, he has just laid out Owens and Orton with a double coffin drop. The champion stands tall. Segment rating 99. Darby apparently didn't do good going off script. Suck it, Orton. Yeah, Owens too, who's been his buddy the past several months now. Both of them got upended here. Too predictable. Allin knew something was going to happen with Orton there at ringside. And 92.
What?
Go home show with the 92. So we
pretty fucking strong.
We ended with a 100, 80, 99, 93, 99. Yeah. I knew we were going to end really strong there. We did have a little bit of missteps here with the LAX Progress and Dummy Money and Otis and Tucker. But you know what? This show was mainly based around building through angles towards the end of the build up for the pay-per-view here. So that's why I was trying to give other people matches to kind of show off. So that was kind of expected that the matches are a little bit lower this week. That's crazy that the 6-man tag was my second best match, I believe. Oh no, the Kenny Omega was. But other than that, it was the second best match. So that was impressive. So there you go. That is the Go Home show. The main event for the pay-per-view will be Darby Allin versus Randy Orton for the CZW World Championship. The CZW Iron Man title, Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor, 2 out of 3 falls. We got Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. We got Braun Strowman versus MJF, no DQ. We got FTR versus the North. We got Two Fly Crew versus Dolph Ziggler, Tony Deppen in a tangled web match. And yes, we saw a lot of the good friends kind of imploding. We're going to have Kenny Omega taking on Adam Cole one-on-one. I can't tell you. I can't tell you enough, I should say. This is going to be a pretty knockout pay-per-view coming up this weekend. So that's it. That's all I got. All right. So Evolution this week. 92. Wow. We are way down in attendance, but we did go to a different location in the Southeast, so maybe that's why. 1.48. That is a pretty big rating for what I've been getting. So I'm happy with that. 1.1 mil. Good deal. Hopefully we sold some tickets here, or sold some buys for our pay-per-view coming up. Just checking Raw. Damian Priest and the Survivors defeated Cassius Ohno. Bobby Lashley finally getting the main event. And of course, Killian Dane. Man, look at all these 50s and 60s for Raw. Must be like real life. Anyway.
Tejano, come to your new home.
55K.
All right.
Good luck.
Oh, my good sir, to the company.
I hope he treats you better than Jungle Boy could.
All right, now let's look at this decision here. CZW has officially signed Jungle Boy. This is our first signee for the month. I did not plan on signing anybody, but when I saw he was available, I said, you know what? We got to get him.
Oh, I should have fired this fucker when I could have.
It's Joseph Samile.
Joseph Samile was brought before the Wrestlers Court accused of not joining the rest of the locker room for a night out. Well, it's because I'm going to fire him. The judge, Steve Austin, found him guilty and sentenced him to buy drinks for everyone after the show.
Well, he's pissed because all his friends betrayed him.
Oh, yeah. Does not have a defined personality and is currently annoyed. Well, fuck you. Welcome, everybody. This is the Go Home Show before Best of the Midwest. Brought to you by Midwest Wrestling Alliance. Go home showtime. Midwest Mayhem. It's Thursday night. We're kicking off the show with some pre-show matches. We're starting off with an abysmal pre-show match. We have Eddie Only defeating Warhorse and El Hijo de LA Park in 10 minutes when Eddie Only pinned El Hijo de LA Park. Kind of just a gauge match, see how everyone's doing. This is a regular match. Warhorse did the best. Eddie's a hardcore guy. Tried to see how he did regular. Still not doing hot. So I'll have to keep working on him. Might throw him in the Performance Center. Get him a little better than he is. But it's all good. Just pre-show.
Get better at his gimmick, though.
Hey, that's good. We see two members of the LWO, Andrade and not regularly wrestling these days, Eddie Kingston, taking on the Dawsons. And about the had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. There's no story involved, so that's understandable. Andrade and Eddie Kingston defeated the Dawsons in 10 minutes when Andrade pinned Dave Dawson with a split-legged corkscrew. Senton, wow. In terms of in-ring work, Andrade was head and shoulders above everyone else, as expected. 70 out of Andrade, like to see that. So nice little easy win there for them. And finishing up the pre-show, we had a kind of a big match for the pre-show. Brian Cage taking on Joey Janela. Brian Cage defeated him 10 minutes by pinfall with a flying elbow drop. Great score there by 74 of Brian Cage. Joey Janela in a regular match, only getting a 57. We usually just reserve them for the hardcore matches, and this is why. But great showing by Brian Cage. Happy to see that.
Not bad.
All right, we are on the main show. Kicking it off, we have LWO in the ring announcing they will have a trios title match against the Modern Punks at Best of the Midwest. So, of course, the Modern Punks come down to the ring. They get in their face. And CM Punk says, hey, I know you boys got those 3 titles over one shoulder, but he gets the Pentagon Jr.'s face. But I see another title right there over that shoulder. Why don't you defend that? And Jr. gets right back in his face, does the Ciro Miedo, and says, you're on, Punk boy. Main event tonight, we have CM Punk versus Pentagon Jr. for the Mayhem Television title.
Wow.
Holy
That's
shit.
pretty wild.
Huge fucking
A
match.
world title caliber match.
We have a title match right before the pay-per-view. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Look at all this green.
That's a lot of green.
Feeling like Scrooge McDuck over here, folks.
Everybody's rolling in it.
Got the show off to a strong start. Crowd hotter. Everybody doing good. So we got a big match. We have the Immortals taking on the Dragons. About to had good heat and decent wrestling. The Dragons, however, defeated Immortal. Whoa. In 13 minutes, 39 seconds when Will Ospreay pinned Shelton Benjamin with a Stormbreaker. In terms of in-ring work, Will Ospreay was head and shoulders above everyone else. Wow. Unseen by the crowd, however, Ultimo Dragon slipped Will Ospreay a lead pipe which he cracked over Shelton Benjamin's head, allowing him to get the pin. Oh yeah, the Dragons don't care. 71 segment rating. Was hoping to get a little better than this. Suzuki dragging things down, Murphy dragging things down, and Riddle and Shelton only getting in the 60s. Meanwhile, Brock and Ospreay getting 92s.
Brock
Lesnar got a
Lesnar
76, but yeah.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar in the opening match. I wonder if he was okay with that. And losing.
Totally okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he was cool.
I think as long as he isn't the one taking the pin, he'll do it.
Probably.
Yeah, I definitely kept him strong and shit. So Will Ospreay getting a big win for the Dragons before Best of the Midwest, in which he will face Brock Lesnar. Momentum is on the Dragon side. It's time. We cut to backstage where we see the Japan boys kicked back, hanging out, chilling, loving life. But what's this? There's someone on Sonata's lap. Candice LeRae sitting there with the Japan boys who are sipping their drinks, smoking some cigars, looking good in their suits. And they're just chatting about their match tonight. Okada and Sonata will be tag teaming against Daniel Bryan and Zack Sabre Jr. and El Phantasmo and Teddy Hart. Big match coming up later tonight.
Is Candice LeRae going to be in their corner?
She just might.
Okay.
I'm sure she will. Wow.
And yeah, so they of course have the titles over their shoulders as well, the Ring of Honor World titles, but they don't acknowledge them. They just happen to have them with them.
Man, there's a lot of Ring of Honor in this segment here. Candice LeRae and the tag team titles.
It's been a fun month for the Japan boys. I'll say that.
I bet.
Sure it has, man. You come in, you win belts, and you steal somebody's girl. Like,
it's all downhill from here, I guess. They peaked. So up next, huge ass match right here. As we see New Day taking on Samoan Dynasty, taking on Psycho Killers. 3v3v3. Crazy ass match. Segment rating of 79. About the head, good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. New Day defeated Samoan Dynasty and Psycho Killers in 14 minutes. The order of elimination was Samoan Dynasty out first, and then the Psycho Killers. Each group, 2 of their members will be in the tag team title match going in Best Midwest. So this was like all the factions on the line, showing what they got right here. Great fucking match in the end. Everybody, literally everybody in the 70s, except for Kofi.
Yeah. So, wow. So this is going to be a triple threat tag team title match then, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it will be.
Crazy. Man, I thought this was actually going to be on the pay-per-view. That's wild. We're getting it on the go home.
We want titles.
Yeah.
They want the titles. That's what it's all about.
It's a good rating too.
Mark Briscoe 79, Jay 78, Ciampa with a 75.
I didn't realize you could do a 3-way trios matches.
Yeah.
How is Mark Briscoe outperforming everyone? What is happening?
Mark Briscoe suddenly kicking ass.
I mean, he's good, but I mean, like, he usually does not outperform Jay.
Jay Uso had a 78.
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
it's crazy. Kofi's the weakest. Following that, another big ass 3-way tag match, getting an 82. In a good match, Daniel Bryan and Zack Sabre Jr. defeat Okada and Sonata and ELP and Teddy Hart in 20 minutes. Order of elimination was El Phantasmo and Teddy Hart first. You can kind of expect that. And then Okada and Sonata. Teddy Hart was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. Teddy Hart only getting a 60. Don't like to see that. However, Bryan coming in with an 84. Okada with an 84. Junior with a 73 and Sonata with a 74. El Phantasmo keeping up with a 72. Great scores. Great scores and great final segment.
Wow. That's very impressive. What is the match coming out for the pay-per-view here? Is it going to be...
Well, we'll see something else come from this, but the official match is Zack Sabre Jr. and Okada.
Yes.
Facing for the Gift of the Gods Championship.
Gotcha. Yep.
So, important note, Sonata is not scheduled to be on the pay-per-view. He has other plans, as you might know.
Sure. Yes.
Other important current vacancy, Daniel Bryan has nothing planned. We have a hardcore match up next, where we see Nick Gage taking on Clan member Taya Valkyrie. In a decent match, Nick Gage defeated Taya Valkyrie in a hardcore match by stoppage when Taya Valkyrie could not continue. This match turned pretty brutal pretty fast, as Nick Gage did not hold back in the slightest. He doesn't care if you're male or you're female. He will kick your ass regardless, and he showed the levels of brutality he is willing to go to win the match. So Taya Valkyrie taking a rough loss here. Oh, yeah. Ref had to stop it. Looked like she was unconscious. There was too much blood.
Oh, my God.
They just did not stop. Oh, yeah. MDK surrounds the ring as Clan tries to get in, but they are being held back. Nick Gage and Bully Ray Nick Gage's already in the ring. Bully Ray comes into the ring with a pair of buzzers and hands them to Nick Gage, who begins to shave the head of Taya Valkyrie.
Oh, my God.
In the middle of the ring. Her hair is covered in blood. It's getting caught in the buzzers, but they shave her head nearly bald. She has a buzz cut now.
Oh.
Absolute savagery here, folks.
Wow.
So, yeah, going into the weekend, we got Sami Callihan taking on Nick Gage. Hardcore match. We're going to see if we can get a death match going, but I think hardcore is what they'll allow. And this big-ass message here by the MDK. We see the Catch Point 2.0 fellows hanging out. They're celebrating their win. Zack Sabre Jr. talking about the Gift of the Gods Championship, how he's thinking about cashing it in. Stone Cold talks to them and makes sure he's ready for his match about Okada when El Phantasmo and the rest of his crew come rolling up. They're not shy. El Phantasmo says, "Hey, Brian, for being such a big name, you don't even have a match at the pay-per-view, I see." Daniel Bryan goes, "Yeah, you don't have one either." He goes, "Let's make it happen, buddy." So Stone Cold next fucking match.
That was my idea. I was like, it's gonna be Bryan versus El Phantasmo.
Great rating here. We're gonna have El Phantasmo taking on Daniel Bryan. We'll see who gets the win here. This will be a huge win for El Phantasmo if he gets him over.
Mm-hmm.
He would. That would shoot him to the moon.
To the moon. Main event time
Whoa.
in about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. CM Punk defeated Pentagon Jr. in 20 minutes by
Wow.
pinfall with a go to sleep. CM Punk wins the Midwest Mayhem television title in a match that got a 91.
New champion.
Oh, 91 match for MWA Go Home Show. Holy
did it.
shit.
You said you wanted a 90.
Oh my God. CM Punk had an in-ring performance of 82. Pentagon Jr. in-ring performance of 84. That is great. Somehow the feud must have thrown this over, being in the main event too. 91. It was regular too.
Nice. Now I'm
We
the only
gave
one
him
that hasn't
time.
gotten a 90 or higher.
You'll get it.
Penalized inconsistency, low morale. That's it. So
Sure, we'll
Punk
be
is
doing
a
anything at the
champion.
pay-per-view now.
He's in the trios title match.
Yeah, so he could become a go from Pentagon a two-belt champion to Punk being a two-belt champion, possibly.
I currently do not have anything
Could be
set in
possible.
stone for a Mayhem title match, but who knows? Maybe Punk will do an open challenge. I don't know. But currently nothing set in stone, so be ready for that. Oh, yeah.
88.
Oh,
Holy
fuck
fuck balls.
What
That
a
is
finish.
huge.
It's really good,
Huge.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Props to you.
I am stoked. This is going to be a fun ass pay per view.
Man, the crowd was really excited to see Candice LeRae out there, is what it was.
Biggest surprise, this match getting a 79. Obviously, this match getting a 91.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, yeah, looking at your main card, everything's, I mean, obviously the Gage and Taya was the lowest, but still not everything was good.
yeah. I mean, I knew.
Barely not 70 still.
Yeah, and I knew Ty in a hardcore match would not be the best rating, so this was just basically to use her as a sacrifice. So
Yeah, that still wasn't bad, but
yeah,
no,
this fuck's
awesome go home show here.
I look forward to see what your pay-per-view delivers now.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
I'm
gonna
stoked.
can your pay-per-view hold up to the go home show? It's gonna be a hard one to follow.
All right, folks, welcome to Ring of Honor Battlefield once more. It is our go home show, and we are getting ready for Supercard. We have a pretty decent pre-show here, but to kick us off, poor pre-show match. Tegan Knox and Kylie Ray defeat Dakota Kai and Priscilla Kelly in 1333, when Knox pinned Kai with a Vulture Culture Destroyer. Knox was the highest performer with a 50, while Kelly was the lowest with a 42. Knox seemed on for, but in the end, she was able to pick up the win. Pre-show bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. Ace Austin beats Laredo Kid in 1827, pinfall with the fold. This was a high spot match, and it got me a 62. Laredo Kid, we just gained from CMLL in a partnership trade sorts, so look forward to what Laredo Kid does here. But for now, he takes a loss to Ace Austin. All right, and then in our pre-show main event, Goshi Ozaki, coming all the way over from Noah, defeats Tozawa in 1936, pinfall with the Go Flasher. Unfortunately, the segment got a 52 because Tozawa and Go just did not click, so it's kind of awkward going for 20 minutes. I was hoping a bit better here. I wanted Go to have a good showing as well as Tozawa, but in the end, Go picks up the win. All right, so to open up our actual main show, we are kicking things off with Hiromu Takahashi out here. He's representing the tag champs Evil and Sonata, as they are not here tonight, schmoozing it up over in MWA.
Yeah.
And Hiromu talks up Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal before asking them to come out here. Do so, wondering what Hiromu wants. Hiromu only wanting to deliver a message that at Supercard, they will get cold skulls because everything is evil. Before Gresham and Lethal respond, though, Hiromu rolls out the ring, knowing that he's probably going to get attacked. So, hey, he avoids that. Cage come down here. They then and how they want to be the faces of that. They want to restore the purity of Ring of Honor. So they want last chance at getting into the tag title match. They think and restore the meaning of honor here. And so they want a shot at Supercard. Hiromu of the match becoming a three-way before saying if Gargano and Page beat Gresham and Lethal, it's a three-way. Lethal exist, but they put down their part of the six-man titles and are ready for a fight. 70 rating. Gargano worked well with the crowd and improvised pretty damn good, and I'm happy with how this went. Johnny Gargano and Hangman Page defeat Equilibrium in 27 when Gargano pins Lethal after catching a lethal injection before planting him with a herd Stonuts. Gargano carried the match, and he has just gotten himself and Page into a tag title match.
Wow, I did not anticipate that.
Able to prove that, hey, he can get it done, and maybe Candice with the wrong guy. Who knows?
So you're telling me.
But
So you're telling me Gargano and Sonata are going to be in the ring with each other come pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Gargano, though, with the 75, everyone else with the 65. So this was a pretty on-point match. I'm glad with how it went. A bout that had good and decent wrestling after the little coalition of anti-Nakamura people formed to help save Sami Zayn from a beatdown. Sami Zayn, Alex Zane, and Dragon Lee defeat Toxic Society in the form of Nakamura, TH2, and Sabian. When he pinned Kip with a haluva kick. 70. Let's see. Nakamura pulled an 88 while Dragon Lee had an 80 from Vic in 69.
Man.
Evan 2 and Edge with the lowest 43.
Yeah, Edge.
Man, I've been, backing Edge this whole time. Man, fuck Edge. Dude, I've been trying to, pull for him, but when Alex Zane is out there almost getting 10 more points than you, it's like, it's time. It's time to pull the trigger.
Time to show up on
Darling is
MWA,
doing better
buddy.
than Edge.
Yeah.
The match was a little too short, but Nakamura also looked excellent. So, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm happy with how this went. All right, and then in a great heat and decent wrestling, we learned Alexa's Bliss challenger is either going to be Toni Storm or Kairi Sane. And in the end, Kairi Sane defeats Toni to secure that match at Supercard by pinfall with the insane elbow.
Oh my god, it's happening.
This 5, Kairi with the 70, and Toni with a 54. So this clearly could have been worse, but we're going to take what we can get.
Yeah, wow.
It was considered a little too short, but crowd's buzzing, they're loving it, and Kairi Sane may bring Slam the Women of Honor title.
It's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening. Ring of Honor's losing all their belts.
Yeah.
Kairi Sane, she's not leaving without that title. Look at it, she's got it around her fucking neck right there in the picture.
Luke's selling the company.
But yes, you are correct. Alexa is out to shake hands with her challenger Sane, but instead hit with the interceptor, that wicked spear from Kairi. Kairi has, before she points at the Women of Honor belt, lifting it to drape it over Bliss as she shouts out, "Sunday, this becomes mine." The Pirate Prince stands tall over Alexa Bliss.
Oh my god.
Look at you with the actual women's division.
Well,
yeah, no. I get a bit cranked up.
You're lucky Tigress is
79 rating. A bout that had great wrestling, fantastic heat. John Moxley, a White face off after that little stunt White pulled by attacking Moxley last week. And this time, Moxley is the one standing tall as he beats Jay in 23 minutes by pinfall with the Death Rider. Segment review. I was hoping this one would go a bit better, but hey, 82 is not too bad.
82 is great.
Moxley with the 90.
I mean, I guess it's
Jay
okay.
Yeah. Moxley with the 65, so yeesh. But yeah, Moxley picks up the win over Jay White. After Moxley defeats Jay, he's laying in the corner, exhausted, taking a breather as White is helped out of the ring. For the lights go out. When they come back on, the Fiend is standing in front of Moxley before shouting, "Supercard, your doomsday has arrived." Moxley responding by flipping him off with both fingers and shouting, "Bring it on, asshole." The two stare down. segment rating of 100. And Moxley and Bray is just a fucking gold mine right now. But yeah,
It's okay.
I mean, 100 is just okay. I mean,
Yeah, they've been getting hundreds like every show for the past like fucking 2 months almost. So yeah, I think the crowd is definitely worked up, ready to see this thing. This is the match that because you're talking about getting a match in the night. I think this match is going to get you either high 80s or you're going to get your 90 off this match right here.
yeah, I think this has very good potential to become my best rated match. We are getting Moxley versus The Fiend officially confirmed at Supercard. See if Moxley can avoid his doomsday or not. Our main event, it is not an actual match, but a contract signing between Moose and Naito ahead of their match at Supercard to make it official. And Moose's belt is on his lap as he sits down on Naito's world title, the prize they will be fighting for, on the table. The two as Naito says he's ready to put Moose behind him and to stay Ring of Honor champion. He signs the contract where Moose tells Naito he's made a bad mistake. And he's not only going to beat him, he's going to break him and leave Supercard as the new face that runs this place. He signs the contract as the two then stand up and stare down. Before, of course, break down and they start fighting. Chaos erupts. These two go at it, ending with Moose hitting a massive spinebuster that puts Naito through the table. He then takes the title before he poses with both the 6-man and world belts as we end our show.
I'm a big fan of Moose, but if you would have told me when we started this, the season finale, that Moose would be getting the world title, I would not have guessed it. And the crowd is into it.
I questioned, and I still question it to this day.
You do, but Moose produces he's always putting on good matches, always putting on good segments.
Moose's produces.
It's the very first show.
Yeah, the Moose can produce.
There we go. But, I mean, hey, Moose's second shot at the world title. Can he get it done, or will he fail once more? We'll have to find a Supercard.
Oh!
Hey!
Look at that. 84.
That might be either our best or, like, our tied best show.
I think that tides, yeah. Wait, no shit, I think I got 86 earlier. I don't remember. Either way, that's really fucking good.
Like, same case as Warden, our pre-show is a little lackluster, but our main card delivered.
Sure did.
Oh, I'm pretty happy with how this went. I think I've established going on at the event, as well as a couple smaller things, but yeah. Here, Moxley and Jay, obviously our best match, but besides that, it would go down to Gargano and Page against Equilibrium.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pretty good night here, I think, and I look forward to my pay-per-view.
Wow, William Regal, guys. William Regal may be available if you need him.
Oh my god.
He might be a good on.
Yeah, I might have to offer him. Anyway, let's get to Midwest Mayhem first. 88, 11,000, 2.92. You are closing in on that 3 mark. Holy cow. 2.1 mil. Very impressive for MWA.
I think that attendance is exactly what we had last week.
140. That'd be weird. Ring of Honor, 84, breaks that 9,000 barrier that they were closing in on, and 2.45, 1.8 mil, killing it.
Welcome to Saturday Night Slam. We're starting on the pre-show and about to have good heat and decent wrestling. Keith Lee defeated The Miz in 14 minutes and 44 seconds by pinfall with a power slam.
Oh, look at that. Got great chemistry together. Who would have thunk that, huh?
I would not have. Good match for a pre-show.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
good.
69. Nice.
Nice.
And the main show begins with Cesaro in the ring, talking about giving this fiery promo about how he is the best in-ring performer in Slam, and he vows to walk out of Armageddon as the new King of Slam champion. And then Pac walks onto the stage clapping and says that Cesaro's speech was cute but unrealistic. Pac says that he is going to beat down Cesaro and lock in the Brutalizer and make Cesaro either tap out or pass out.
Oh,
That's not a threat. That's just a spoiler.
I don't know. Cesaro seems more
Mhm.
like a pass out guy to me.
94 rating. We had an opening match. In a good match, John Morrison defeated Nick Jackson, Trent Seven, and Sonya Deville in 14 minutes and 48 seconds when Morrison pinned Deville with a moonlight drive.
Man, that's surprising. I actually think he's been struggling on this game, but he got a 58. That seems really low.
Yeah, it does.
surprisingly low.
Nick Jackson apparently carried the match in terms of in-ring performance.
Yeah, by far.
Sonya
At the
Deville's
time.
in-ring performance continues to increase. We have Paige with her client, Austin Theory. She is just hyping him up and says that he is going to kick Orange Cassidy's ass at Armageddon.
Oh, okay. So
Making it official that these two are wrestling.
there we go. 1-on-1. Theory and Cassidy. I could see that going either way.
And about to have great heat and good wrestling, Mustafa Ali defeated Dragon Lee in 13 minutes and 7 seconds by pinfall with the reverse 450
Ali getting it done.
and 67 rating.
Coming
Dragon
after.
Lee.
He is coming
Killing
after
it.
Walter. Come on now.
And then after the match, Walter attacks Mustafa and beats him down. He flat out said if Mustafa won this match, he'd get a shot at the Intercontinental title at Armageddon, and that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, so Ali going for the title match at the pay-per-view. I like it.
Yep, him versus Walter.
Ooh.
That means he will not be in CZW to have Cedric and Ricochet's back. So
The Tangled Web match.
I know. So they're not gonna. He's not gonna have their back there. So it's gonna be interesting.
You think he's gonna win, or do you think he might die?
Well, he's probably gonna
I
die.
gotta go Walter.
But I wish he would win.
Walter's gotta win, man. He's on too hot of a streak.
And about to have great heat and decent wrestling, Bailey defeated Mia Yim in 13 minutes and 25 seconds by pinfall with a Bailey the Belly suplex.
Yeah. She beat Charlotte.
I know.
Yeah, so Mia can beat Charlotte, but not Bailey.
Ooh.
You must be having people having an off night or something. Why is Bailey only getting a 65?
I have no idea.
Yeah, like 64 seemed fine for Mia, but 65 that seems off for Bailey.
These two are going to face Charlotte in a triple threat match at Armageddon.
Oh, okay. Let's go Mia Yim.
Momentum's on Bailey's side right now, and not
Yeah.
on Charlotte's. We had a video package about the entire story of Rosemary versus Tessa at Sun Slam, leading into their Other Realm cinematic match at Armageddon.
Don't always need a match. Don't always need some kind of crazy, angle backstage. Sometimes a package is just perfect.
And it makes you wonder who's gonna win this final fight in this Other Realm.
Well, I guess Tessa, right?
Gotta go Tessa. Hard to bet against her.
She needs her soul back.
I have a very good feeling that Tessa's probably going to be your next Slam champion, so I think she's going to win here.
Oh, you're going long term.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And about to have fantastic heat and great wrestling, AJ Styles defeated Drew McIntyre in 15 minutes and 16 seconds by pinfall with a Styles clash.
Damn, that's a big dude to be Styles clashing. That's impressive. 82. Yeah, you knew these guys were going to come out big. But man, that's more Drew McIntyre losing, though.
After the match, Jimmy Havoc comes out and goes into the ring before he taunts Drew for being pathetic and soft.
Oof.
He says that there is no way that this is the man that was the first King of Slam champion. Drew tells Jimmy Havoc to shut his mouth and points out that losing a few matches doesn't make him less of a man. Jimmy challenges Drew to a match at Armageddon, and Drew accepts. Jimmy then says that he will toughen Drew up, even if he has to beat him like Drew's ex-wife did.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
What the? Holy shit.
Timeout. Is that real?
Good, geez.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the
What?
fucking Tanahashi situation. Fucking Tanahashi's ex-wife stabbed him.
Oh,
What?
I didn't know that.
He walked
Well,
himself to the
she didn't
hospital.
stab Drew, but she threw a lamp at his head.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit! I
Okay,
didn't know
so
anything
she
about
just
that.
Chris Browned him. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I got that note when I tried to hire Taryn Terrell. That's
Oh.
why she's not ever
Oh, that's
going to
what it
be hired
was?
in Slam.
Oh.
Fuck. Okay.
Yep. But yeah, that did happen. Drew responds by punching Jimmy in the mouth and then beating him down in a fit of rage until security guards have to pull him off of Jimmy. And he still tries to fight the security guards until 10 of them have to pin him down to stop him.
Yeah, that got personal quick.
Yep.
Very.
It went from like, oh, you're losing to, yeah, you got beat up by your ex-wife.
Yeah, man. You got therapy for that. Don't you worry.
Yeah, this episode of Slam is sponsored by a domestic violence hotline. Here's the phone number on the screen.
There you go.
Yeah, 87 ratings. So clearly the people liked this segment. And then in our main event match, in an exceptional match, the Kabuki Warriors defeated Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey in 18 minutes and 12 seconds when Asuka pinned Becky with a spin kick after a bad miscommunication between Becky and Ronda. Asuka and Kairi get momentum for their title matches, where Asuka has to defend her title against Becky and Ronda at Armageddon, and Kairi will be fighting for the Women of Honor champion.
Wow, look at all these numbers here. Very good numbers. Yeah, that's gonna be a wild match, man. That's gonna be a main event.
An 83 rating.
Is Asuka's time done as the queen?
Hell no, she's about to go kick Pac's ass.
Oh, she think the queen's about to topple the king.
Undisputed champion of Slam.
Oh, you think we're gonna unify the belts at some point?
Hell yeah.
How you gonna unify the king and queen?
Just like melt the crowns together.
Melt them together and make one crown.
A super crown.
82.
82.
Oh, good stuff.
Solid show here. Yeah, like I said, there was a couple questionable numbers throughout the show.
Yeah.
Like Bailey, John Morrison, AJ didn't even perform that high up.
Mm-hmm.
But overall,
The highest rated segment was the opening with Pac Cesaro.
Yeah, you got that awesome main event. The Jimmy and Drew was big too.
Yeah.
In line.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Havoc bit off a little more than he could chew there.
Uh-huh. But yeah, that match is ain't official. So I can't wait to see you guys' prediction for this card.
Oh my fucking lord.
Shit. Are we all done too?
I haven't signed my second one. I'm trying to get Regal.
80 popularity.
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm sticking with my.
Look at the rest of them too. He's popular.
Damn, dog.
Everywhere, of course. All right, let's look at Saturday Night Slam's ratings. 82, 17,000 in attendance. 2.02 also going up in the ratings. 1.5 mil. So Slam also kicking it off with a big show. I think we all improved in our TV ratings, which is pretty big. But that attendance is a huge number there. All right, that means it is pay-per-view time on the next episode. The season finale. Are you guys ready for the pay-per-view? I guess we usually do this. We're gonna go around and ask everybody how you felt with your build towards the pay-per-view. I guess Warden, will start with you. How do you feel the build went for this?
Let's fucking go!
Okay, this guy's ready to go.
We got a fucking 88. We got big ass matches coming your way. I'm so fucking stoked.
There we go.
Season finale. We're not holding back. We're ready to get wild again. Let's fucking get this done. We're here to win, folks.
All right. And what about you, Luke? You feeling good about this one?
I think for the first time of this season, I'm actually really looking forward to my pay-per-view. I've gotten some pretty fucking good ratings. think I've established everything I've wanted to, and I think we're gonna have a hell of a show.
That's right. It's time for Moose to produce. I'm just sticking with that.
Let's make that a catchphrase, baby.
That's it. Put it on a shirt. And Tigress, how you feel Slam's doing going into this season finale?
Oh, I'm excited to go for this pay-per-view. I'm not sure how every match is gonna do, but I'm excited for this show.
I like it. CZW, I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I think the show itself, the matches will stand on their own, but I got a few tricks that's gonna be pulled out on this pay-per-view. So Tangled Web, it's gonna be good. Let's take a look at the final ratings breakdown for Season 2. Guys, it is week 44. CZW starting it off with a 1.48. It has got up to this point. This is the highest of the season for CZW. Not the highest overall. They had higher numbers back in Season 1, but Season 2, this is the peak on the final go-home show here. 1,116,000. Live attendance, though. Live attendance was down almost 4,000. Almost 4,000 less people showed up to the arena here. This one was in Florida, so maybe it was a little bit, a little less people there. CZW may not be as big there, but it was 16,101 last week, 12,535 this week. Pretty low there. But what's not low is CZW tied for the best rated television show ever in its existence. 92 they got back in week 41, 92 again here in week 44. You gotta end on a big note, and CZW could not have ended on a bigger note than they did here this week. Speaking of ending on a big note, Ring of Honor 2.45. That ties for the best television rating they got this season. And they got 1,842,455 viewers tuned in, with a live attendance topping out at 9,104, which is, yes, guess what? Boom, the highest live attendance this season for Ring of Honor, with a show rating of 84, just shy of their best show ever. So Ring of Honor kicking it up here and ending strong, just as CZW did. Two companies ending very strong. And then, speaking of ending strong, MWA perhaps could arguably ending the strongest of the bunch. 2.92, the highest television rating ever for any of the four companies in its history. 2,190,526. The Warden is doing things right out in the Midwest with those numbers there. And then for the first time, live attendance is up. It has been 11,000 for 7 straight weeks now, but up about 100 live attendance people from last time. 11,140, good number there. And then there's the big number as well. I keep saying records. Record here, record there, record here, record there. 88 show rating for MWA. That is a record for the highest show rating ever for them. Their highest previous was an 85. So they beat it by 3. Awesome, awesome, awesome job. Now, I wish I could have, kept the train running, but Slam dipped down just a little bit compared to last week. Still great numbers, though. 2.02, which is the second highest of the season, so that's good. But 2.04 was last week, so they did a little bit better last week. 1,519,489 viewers tuned in. But look at the live attendance. Guys, they broke a record there. I guess the records are rolling even in Slam. Live attendance, 17,641. That sets the record for the biggest live attendance of any show, any of the four companies, period, on this whole TEW series. So Slam does get a big record, I guess, as compared to everybody else. And then show rating, 82. Down a little bit from an 85 last week, but still hitting in those 80s. Everybody in the 80s. We got 190. I could not explain how everybody did so well here to close out the season. And there it is, the final television shows for Season 2. in the books. Everybody setting records. Man, what a good freaking show. What a perfect note to end on. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. I can't be more happy with my performance as far as CZW goes, with everybody's performance. Every single person came to the plate. They stepped up to the plate and they hit a home run. I think we all did very good on this little finale for the television shows. Now, we're not done yet, folks. Season 2 has one more episode. It is the finale. It is pay-per-view time. So I hope you're ready. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that little bell that notifies you. It probably will. It might not. I don't know how YouTube works anymore. But please make sure you come back. If you've been here already, I'm pretty sure you're going to get the season finale. But either way, make sure you're here for the final episode of season number 2. It's only a week away, so I hope you're ready.